in terms of ideas, like the comments is full of them. Like I get so many comments,
Isn't that nice
and
though?
I don't think, yeah, you know what? So I never run out of ideas. But
It's like a circle of creation. You create something, new ideas come in the comments, you create like it's
yeah,
that's a nice like
and it's
feature.
crazy. Like in every single video, there's thousands of comments, and it's crazy. Like it's so
Yeah.
many. Um, but but yeah, that's how I come up with video ideas.
So the big question is this: how are creators like us, who aren't built for the 9 to 5, for the people who put their passion before them being comfortable, how do we turn that passion into a living that pays the bills and a life that we love? That is the question. This podcast will give you the answers. My name is Noah Mittman, and welcome to Conversations with Creators.
Welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Creators. I'm your host, Noah Midman, and joining me today is JollyArts. Thank you so much for being on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So give us, for the people that may not know who you are, give us a little introduction to what you do and what you're about.
Well, I basically make art videos online. I think that's what I'm mostly known for.
Yeah.
But I mean, on the side, I make other stuff. Like I make videos, I create films and stuff like that. But for the most part, I guess just art videos, because that's what I'm basically known for online.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How did you get into the world of like ASMR illustration? It's super interesting.
Well, it was an idea that I thought of out of nowhere. Because to be honest, I didn't really brainstorm it. It just came to me in a way. Because it got to a point in my career or life that I'm like, you know what, I have to take content creation seriously, otherwise it's not gonna work for me. Because I tried creating content for many years, and I tried a lot of different contents, nothing really worked. And I just thought, really thought, like, what is it that goes viral online, and what is actually popular nowadays? And realistically, it's short form content. Although I'm a long form person, like I mostly make YouTube videos and long formatted videos. It was something that I just didn't really enter, But realistically, that's what's popular. That's what, I gotta get into that. So one thing that really, really went viral on the internet is ASMR content, ASMR cooking, really super quick, videos. And I didn't really, nobody really was doing that with art, there were some few people, but it wasn't like anything super committed, or, it wasn't like a polished niche,
Yeah.
So I decided to try that, and basically I blew up instantly and I grew super quickly, and I thought of capitalizing on that and started uploading videos pretty much every day.
Yeah.
And
so TikTok is the platform that really took off for you?
Both TikTok and Instagram, but
yeah.
TikTok as well. Now my YouTube is growing more, because up until now it wasn't really growing on there. Because I re-upload the videos on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. It works mostly on TikTok and Instagram. It didn't really work for me on YouTube, but now things are starting to pick up. So
yeah, I was gonna say Shorts is I think it's another good home for them.
Yeah.
YouTube Shorts. So your drawings, your illustrations are super intricate, and like the detail on them is awesome. How do you come up with like the themes and concepts for your drawings?
Okay, I mean, me personally,
like the Ice Cube one, like there's so much creativity in that.
Okay. All right. So I mean, I personally don't think they're like super detailed, like anyway, for my standards, because I feel like they're super sketchy, super quick. I could spend a lot more time drawing and, polishing the videos, but it requires me to, especially the type of content that I make, it requires me to upload frequently and quickly. So I really don't have time to, really overthink my drawings. And, for the most part, I'm not really happy with them, but, I just got to deal with it. But I don't know, in terms of creativity, and how I come up with the drawings, I guess I just, do comments from people and what people request. That's how I come up with the video ideas. In terms of ideas, like the comments is full of them. Like I get so many comments,
Isn't that nice?
and
though?
I don't think, yeah, you know what? So I never run out of ideas. But
It's like a circle of creation. You create something, new ideas come in the comments. You create like it's
yeah,
that's a nice like.
and it's crazy. Like in every single video, there's thousands of comments, and it's crazy. Like it's so many. But yeah, that's how I come up with video ideas, and I try to pick the ones that are. I try to vary them as well.
Yeah,
And try to make things from not like from the same thing. Like I don't know, like maybe one from a video game, maybe one from an anime or a film. Like try to make things a little bit more varied, because I don't want to focus just on a specific niche or a specific audience.
yeah. Well, and there's so
Draw
much cool
from
stuff out
a
there
lot
too
of
to draw
different things
inspiration from.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I'm not also the kind of person who like I don't like to do the same thing, although it is the videos every time. But I try to vary it as much as I can in terms of topic anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what are your favorite? What are the kind of the tools and materials that you like to use for creating the kind of the specific? Because like the sound on it is really specific. What creates the best ASMR illustration in terms of materials?
It's actually not that complicated. Like okay, I'll show you. It's right here.
Yeah, perfect.
I think the boom mic, I think it's called. Yeah, that I just plug it into the. So
there you go. So that is a Rode, yeah, like what, like
video
$100
mic
maybe?
go, and it is not that expensive. It's like one of the cheap ones, really.
There you go.
I think
It's now
I think it's mostly just this. Yeah, it's okay. It's decent, but I think it's mostly just any little thing really catches it. So, but in terms of the like equipment, it's like I don't use like the fanciest. Like I don't know much about audio, to be honest. Like literally, like
That's fair. That's fair.
like yeah, I'm
It
more of
works,
a
though.
visual person. I know more about cameras and video settings and stuff like that.
Yeah. Are you shooting on an actual camera or is it on a phone?
Yeah, I use a camera. I use Sony A7 III. That's my camera.
Exactly the camera I have. I love it. It's a workhorse.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that for a while, and I've been thinking of upgrading, but for what I'm doing for now, I think it does the job.
Yeah, absolutely. It works super well and it keeps it simple and it keeps it. I mean, so you're literally creating stuff every day, yeah?
What? Can you repeat that?
You're creating stuff every day and putting it out?
Oh, that's the goal anyway. But yeah, I mean, I was pretty consistent for the first, I guess, like 4 or 5 months. Like every weekday, I'd upload every day.
Yeah.
But recently, as I grow, like things come up.
Yeah.
So I have to do other things. So I'm not as consistent as I'd like to be. But I'm also creating other ambitious projects that I'm working on. So
Yeah. Tell me about those. You said you're a filmmaker as well?
oh yeah, yeah, I create videos. Okay, so generally, like I think since I was, I don't know, I think since 2015 or something like that, I really started getting into photography and videography, and that, like, I took that pretty seriously because I knew that I loved creating videos, I loved creating films, and I did that sort of alongside art in a way. So I developed both skills. Um, so yeah, basically I create videos for events, weddings, and also I make films, short films. And soon I'm gonna start. I think next year I've got 2 film projects that I'm working on, because I love acting as well, and I wanna create projects. Because I just overall I love storytelling.
Yeah.
So uh, next year I've got 2 projects, 2 films, feature films. One is
Nice.
hopefully gonna be on Netflix, and the other I'm not sure yet. So yeah,
That's awesome. And you've been casted in it?
yes, I'm the
Dude,
main actor.
congrats. Wow. Hold up. So you're main actor in 2 Netflix movies next year.
Well, one is gonna be on Netflix. The other one, not so sure yet. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Still though,
But
that's
one for sure.
that's a really cool thing to know outside of like so was that something that came from I'm assuming it was different from the art and the following you built with
Yeah.
that, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I have like my own sort of thing going on, like apart from art, and also getting this much attention, with art also got me to know a lot of new people, and also share my interests with a lot of people, and connect in that aspect. And I've also met a lot of actors, a lot of filmmakers, directors that know me basically from my art.
Yeah.
So
It's all
yeah,
attention.
yeah. So yeah, that's basically how I got, I guess, connections and stuff like that.
So it sounds like you're kind of, I mean, newly into the acting career. What was the process of getting actually casted in a Netflix movie?
Oh, it's okay. So it's basically a director. No, it's a producer that reached out to me. Pretty much like you. Like he had a podcast, and
Yeah.
we got to talking, and I talked about my interest and what I love to do, and and we had that in common in terms of making films and stuff like that. And he was like, you know what, I'm working on this film, right, that you'd be perfect for, if you wanted to like give it a try. And I was like, sure, I'd
Wow.
love to give it a try. So
That's awesome.
yeah, that's basically
Literally just from a
how I do.
podcast, good conversation, connection, and that it did. I'm assuming that you auditioned, but or did he just offer it to you?
No, I didn't audition. He offered it to me because I showed him
Wow.
like other stuff that I did, and
Yeah.
other short films that I've done. So he already kind of saw my skills in a way.
What a
And
good lesson on like just saying yes to opportunities and again getting
yeah,
yourself out there. Like that anything can happen.
yeah, yeah. Overall, whenever people reach out to me for stuff like you, for example, I try my best to like accept. Why not? Like
Yeah.
you never know what happens, and who you'll meet. So I
No,
also love
literally, it
to meet new people.
always
So
there can be possibilities in anything.
yeah, but yeah, I've met a lot of amazing people. I recently got in contact with, I don't know if you know who Jesse T. Usher is.
Raise the
He's one of
bell.
the main actors in The Boys.
Oh yeah,
The A Train guy.
yeah,
Um, yeah, we got to talking, and we were thinking of doing like some projects together. Because he's creating like a production, and yeah, overall, yeah, it's this whole internet thing like got me a lot of connections. So
and it's nice being like
yeah,
multi-passionate that you have like multiple things that you enjoy doing.
yeah, yeah. I also think if I didn't know like anything about video editing or film or anything like that, like my videos wouldn't really be how they are, like um because the way that I make my videos is obviously like I have knowledge of filming and editing and storytelling, pacing, stuff like that, and that helped content, and
Yeah.
many people, point that out that, how do you know all this? Like, how do you have an editor or something? I do everything myself, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey friends, it's your podcast buddy Noah Midmid here, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about one of my passion projects, my clothing brand, Clothing for Creators. Roll the tape.
If my life were a movie, the hero's big speech would end with, "Stop waiting, start creating." Because that's the drive behind my story. Like when I couldn't afford to finish film school. So instead, I started my own production company and gave myself a trial by fire YouTube business degree. And it's not just me with these kinds of stories. There is this growing movement of passionate, creative, flow state writing, hustling, persistent creators and entrepreneurs that are taking the internet and the world by storm.
Everybody told me I wasn't going to be able to make any money as an artist. Now, 15 years later, I've worked on 3 continents. I do own my house. My shop, I'm booked out 8 months ahead. I don't subscribe to being a starving artist.
Creativity and I are very deep, dark lovers. I've just decided I'm just going to make stuff. And even if it's not perfect, it's getting made.
You're going to think that there's right answers and there's not. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let's just throw dye on it and it'll look great.
You don't need rules some old guy in a suit made up. You don't need anyone telling you that your voice doesn't matter. We are makers, creative types, side hustlers, doers. Why? Because we get shit done.
The most important thing every single day is just to get your shit done.
Just keep doing it, keep producing, keep creating, and as you do that, you're going to start becoming the person that you want to be.
Don't be scared to try. Commit. You can't half-ass do something. We're full-ass around here.
So there's a film you need to make, a company you need to create, a voice you need to share, a product you know the world needs. Put all of yourself into it until anyone who has ever doubted you starts asking you for a job. Then you get to play for a living. You get to create community.
Partnerships, collaborations, building bonds with people that like the same stuff you like.
You get to live with your heart on your sleeve, a smile on your face, and a solid answer to when anybody asks, why do you do what you do?
Sometimes you have to say fuck all the rules to get something that you really need to get out of yourself.
You don't need the opinion of the old guy in the suit.
You have to give yourself permission to just go. A little less conversation, a little more action.
Clothing for Creators. Go check out snowmanfilms.shop today.
Hey there, fellow creatives. Conversations with Creators dives deep into the minds of successful filmmakers, artists, musicians, and all-around awesome people. We are looking for some kick-ass sponsors to help us keep this show on the road. If you want to reach a tribe of dedicated listeners who are just as passionate about creating as you are, then look no further. Our audience is full of people who appreciate a good laugh and are always on the lookout for new ways to fuel their creativity. So, let's team up and create some magic together. We'll work with you to make sure that your brand is showcased in the best light possible. And who knows, maybe we'll even become lifelong friends. Just imagine, years from now, we'll be reminiscing about the good old days when we first teamed up to take the world by storm. Send us an email at noah@snowmanfilms.net to say hey and get the ball rolling. Now back to the episode.
Well, and what's funny too is generally in filmmaking terms and stuff, the videos are pretty simple. It's just the pacing. But I mean, again, with what you said, it's all storytelling. All of them have. It is a simple concept, but it has beginning, middle, and end with a payoff, which works really well.
Yeah. And I've also been a kind of person who, I don't know, in terms of drawing videos, I've always preferred if you saw the entire process from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that a lot of people show. Most times, people just start from the middle or something, it's not like an entire process. So, every single video, it being from a complete blank page all the way to its finished, I guess is something that a lot of people like,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that's a plus. So.
I was just thinking with the style that you do, has anybody gotten your work tattooed on them?
Okay. I don't think so. There was one person who sent me a photo of that he tattooed 50 Cent as a 50 Cent.
Yeah.
But it wasn't exactly my design, so I don't know if my design influenced it. But yeah, there are people who reached out to me saying like, if I could design tattoos for them and stuff. But to be honest, I don't think my designs are any like they're not good. Like it's okay, it's decent, it's I guess entertaining, but I would tattoo something that I make on my body, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
No, but I mean, it reminds me of like it's the communication style of the visuals work really well for tattoos, because it's like tattoo has a meaning behind it. So with, Eminem being an Eminem or The Rock being a rock or Ice Cube being an Ice Cube, it just works really well for simple communication of being a fan and having that as a tattoo.
I guess so. Yeah.
What have been, so other than like the main ones, which they might be in the list, what are like maybe 3 of your top favorite ones that you've done that people wouldn't expect?
You mean like artworks?
Yeah.
Or what are top artworks that I've done?
So like of the drawings that you've made, what are some of your favorites?
How do I? To be honest, I'm not really that attached to my drawings. I know it might look like it, but I'm not like super passionate about drawing. It's like it's just a thing that I do, and I'm good at it. That's why I decided to do it. And another reason why I stick to it for so long is like I don't really rely on motivation to do it either. So it's more of a thing that I want to do, like just to have the consistency and discipline. But I don't think I have a favorite drawing. I mean, I would, if I were to like think about everything that I've ever done, it wouldn't really be drawing. It would be because I got into concept art for a while. I design like environments, and I got a lot into like 3D environments and creating fantasy worlds and stuff like that. So I think because if you go like really like far down my page, you'd see a landscape painting that I did of like a underwater painting that I did. I think that would be my favorite in terms of like artwork. I also
a little bit more complex and
like it's huge. Yeah. Because I don't know, the sketches that I do are to me are like super basic. Like I have no attachments to them really. Like So
it makes sense to you. The getting into kind of the more complex and essentially hard projects, that makes sense that you put more energy and stuff into that.
Yeah. And yeah, I've also gotten into hyper-realism. I've done a lot of realistic illustrations. But yeah, I'd say more like the landscape stuff that I did, because I'm really into nature and landscape and fantasy, all this. So yeah, whenever I make something like that, that really inspires me, and I'm really motivated to do something like that. So it would be one of those. You'd have to go really far down to see it, but
yeah, right in the YouTube archives.
Yeah.
What about landscape draws you in so much? Like it just, kind of, are you actually, do you do it inside, or do you actually go out and create it out in like, from what you see?
I've done both. Recently, I actually went on a trip around Europe, because I wanted to create like a sort of documentary type thing, right? Where I would go to like a specific location to paint and in a way show the process and make a kind of like a documentary style thing, like we have a goal, we're going to go to this place because it looks really cool, and to paint the location in plain air. And also, I don't know, it's something really cool about painting something like on the spot, and something unique about it as well, right? So I did that. I did, I think, a painting in Croatia, and I did a painting in And yeah, I wanted to make it a series, but it was so hard. Like
That's a lot of
have like
effort.
this ambitious. I have like this ambitious goals in mind because I just love to create content. I love to create films. I love to do stuff. So it was really ambitious, but it requires a lot of time. It requires a lot of effort to make, and I would love to like do it again, but it's just too much. Um, and yeah, I did some indoor paintings. Yeah, just straight up copying from a reference photo, I guess, just in my room.
Nice.
But yeah.
So what is so you're an actor, you're a painter, you're a filmmaker. What kind of are they all like kind of the same level, or is one of them kind of your main?
I would say so. No, my main passion I would say is acting and storytelling.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I think everything else I learned because it's just good to know. Like really, like if you're gonna act in a film, I think it's good to know how a film works, how to handle a camera, and stuff like that. So that also integrated in my passion for film and storytelling. I also, yeah, that's how I kind of learned all the skills. And whenever I learn something new, I try to, put my all into it because I'm a perfectionist. So whatever I do, I try to be the best in a way. So
yeah,
every skill that I've learned, I have always had that mentality, and yeah, I've just worked hard to try to be the best in whatever it is that I learned. So that would be filming, acting, art, also photography. I'm into photography as well. Also music. I've learned a lot of instruments, but I don't know, like my early age, like my early stages of life, like I spent that time like learning skills because I know that once I'm like an adult, I think having like knowing skills, right? I think it's important, and you probably won't even have enough time to learn a new skill once you're starting to work and stuff like that. So I really like early on, that was the mentality for me was, I have to learn things and I have to learn them well.
Yeah.
With this little time that I have, so it did pay off. Now I know a lot of different things and I'm good at them. And I'm fairly young. So
how old are you actually?
I'm 24.
24. Yeah, yeah, you're super young to have like a ton of skills under your belt. That's, I mean, honestly, it's funny because I have a 6-year-old son and a 4-year-old daughter, and a big thing that I'm going to be preaching to them as they get older is if you don't know what you want to do, try out a whole bunch of stuff. That's literally how you find the thing.
Yeah. And I've tried many things, and at some point, like if things don't work out, it's fine. At least you tried.
Well, and you see what you like and you see what you don't like.
Yeah, exactly. But just you got to give your all in everything that you do. That's always my mentality, and shoot for the moon in whatever skill that you're trying to learn. So
absolutely,
yeah.
So I mean, you sound like you're a busy man, but is there any other like hobby that kind of takes you away from it and relaxes you a little bit?
Hobby. I pretty much turn my hobbies into like passion, like ambitions and work. So
I'm the same way. I love.
So I don't know.
Creating videos and podcasting, and it's that's my hobby is what I do.
Yeah, because whatever it is that I love doing, I try to turn it into a job.
Yeah, it's a good way to live.
But I don't think but I don't think I do things that I just out of just because I want to, and I don't think I have anything, to be honest. Watching movies.
I don't think that makes sense. Got to get a little bit of Netflix and chill time in there.
Yeah, just the regular stuff, you know.
Well, sweet man. I appreciate all the insights and stuff. Let me last kind of thing is to roll the red carpet out for you a little bit. What do you tell the people what you got going on?
What I have going on? Well, I am currently just trying to make content, really. Um, I launched the website recently, creating merch. Uh, I also am starting a course where I teach people how to draw, basically like a
Yeah.
complete beginner guide on how to draw. And a lot of people have been asking me to make like a in-depth, course or tutorial for them to use, for their journey as artists. So that's what I'm working on, and that's taking a lot of my time. Like, it is crazy because also my standards are pretty high
Yeah.
in everything that I do. So whenever I do something, I try to, make it good. So hopefully that will be done by December. But I'm not even
wow.
halfway there, and yeah, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while.
You're working hard, and it sounds like you're putting everything into what you love, which is the way to live.
Yeah, I'm juggling that with creating content and trying to be active on social media as well. So
Yeah.
it's just overall a lot of things that I need to do, and I mean, I'm thankful, to God that I'm busy. Other people don't have the luxury to be this busy, I guess. So yeah.
I will say one more question, kind of within everything that you do, what's your biggest money maker? What's actually like providing you like living expenses?
I would say sponsors, because that's what
Hmm.
pays the most. Um, that, and I've got things coming up. I think the course is gonna be a huge one,
Hmm.
especially long term. Um, but I guess social media just overall is, I guess, it's a steady income, but it's not like a lot. It's something that is just like something to fall back to in a way. Um, but what pays the most is sponsors. They
Yeah.
they pay a ridiculous amount of money for just a video. So yeah.
Are you doing anything special for the sponsor videos, or kind of just working the brand in with what you already do?
Well, I try to, follow whatever instructions they have, because each one they have, they want something specific.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it has to work with my type of content, because not everything performs. So I have to sort of integrate what it is that they want with my style of video, because my style of video is what works on social media. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think they know that too.
Yeah, and that's why they reach out to me. Is, they try to incorporate what it is that they want with my style of video. So
Yeah.
because they know that's gonna work.
That's awesome. Well, dude, thank you so much for the time and for
No
chatting
problem.
with me. And I'm happy we got the audio working at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Where are you, JollyArts on everything, or where can people find you?
Yeah, JollyArts. Yes, that's pretty much it. On TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. JollyArts.
Awesome.
Instagram
Go check him out.
and TikTok, I think it's jolly.arts. And then on YouTube, it's just JollyArts.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate it, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yes, indeed. I'll talk to you later.